For 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all. DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Who gives a damn about LSU?
Here's Flynn. Deep. Intercepted. Mateo Richardson, Arkansas wins. The give is to Alex Collins, straight up the middle. And Collins on the run. Forward pitching. And here comes an end around. And it's Cornelius. And he got the edge. And Cornelius down the sideline. He might take it. Cornelius. Nobody's going to get him. Touchdown, Arkansas. Jefferson gets out of trouble again. Throws on the run. It's Johnson. Arkansas touchdown. Freshman kicker on the road in the SEC. Cam Little. Leaking. Delivers. Arkansas wins it in overtime.
Live from the Bushlight Studios with Ty Richardson.
Look at me and say he's doing a poor job.
And Tommy Kraft.
Well, I mean, the world can see it. It's on YouTube. And produced by Golden Willie. This is The Morning Rush.
Yes, we are on YouTube, we are on X, we are on Facebook, and we are on Twitch each and every day on our video stream, as well as our 4 radio stations and HitThatLine.com, plus the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. Football Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetics. Guys, they are having a corn dogs and whiskey fundraiser down here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to pay out their former head coaches' buyouts. There's a lot of them, seeming like Arkansas is, and they're in the midst of a coaching search just like we are here in Fayetteville.
You a corn dog fan?
I love corn dogs. I love one of the all-time college game day pictures is Lee Corso with just the bubbliest of smiles sitting next to Katy Perry holding up the corn dog when LSU played Ole Miss. What a day that was.
Corn dogs, Jackie.
The real fine hot box establishments in our state, the gas stations that have the finest gas station foods, the ones with the Michelin stars on them, they'll have a jalapeno cheddar corn dog that's got not just the jalapeno and cheddar in the hot dog itself, but in the cornbread.
And the breading, yeah.
That goes around. Holy moly, is that good? So, I mean, listen, I don't really want to support their buyout, but if they had jalapeno cheddar corn dogs and some whiskey, I'm in. And I'm probably just as happy with that as I would be a big fat filet. So.
Well, the fundraiser attendance was kind of like the game's going to be tomorrow, low, and not usually up to LSU standards. It has been interesting since last night to talk to various LSU fans. I love coming down here. What I always say about Baton Rouge, Louisiana, it's not the best SEC city, but it's my favorite. The food, I love these games. I've been for football, basketball, and baseball. Of course, they have much better baseball and football programs than they do basketball. But it's a lot of fun. Those clips that you heard Colton put together, 2007, of course, #1 team in the country, 2015 when the late Alex Collins and company came and just beat the crap out of them. And then that 16-13 overtime win back in 2021. There's been some fun wins here in Baton Rouge, and while this game tomorrow is not going to be close to the magnitude of some of those previous ones, maybe you can get these guys starting at 11:45.
It is a Football Friday. It is brought to you by QC Kinetics, like Ty said a moment ago. And, hey, if every step or every reach is a reminder of what hurts, a reminder of what you're not able to do and how far you've drifted from the life that you once had, let me tell you about QC Kinetics. They can give you relief that's closer than you think. It's right here in Northwest Arkansas, and it doesn't come with a scalpel involved, right? No surgery, no drugs, no downtime, no pain pills to keep you going. Feel alive again with QC Kinetics. Imagine being in your tree stand this weekend, swinging a golf club, hiking a trail, maybe just dancing in your kitchen with your wife. All of that freedom that you once missed can be back with QC Kinetics. Call them at 479-999-1234, 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
Which dancing can lead to something else, so be thinking about that as well. Setting up the show today. Doing the dishes. Yeah, that's where my mind was going. My mind this Friday morning. So I want to. Did you see the NFL report cards, Tommy? I want to do a fun little exercise for our opening drive coming up and just grading the Arkansas job. I want us to take off, as you say, our Razorback fan glasses and try and be as objective as possible on some of the characteristics of the job here at Arkansas. We're going to get into some contract stuff. Another guy staying put, some of the recent reporting on coaching searches, Hunter Yurachek's new job title, basketball game tomorrow. We got our Fence Man Friday picks. Plus, it's
his new job title.
Yeah, it's the college football player.
I think he's still the AD at Arkansas.
Well, another job he is, but there's that would be another job, right?
Hat now.
Well, I'm not sure how well paid they are for this second kid.
I was going to ask, is that a volunteer position or do you get paid addition to that?
I'm sure the travel budget's pretty good. I'm sure the allowance is pretty good.
You get one of those free hats you have to leave at the door when you walk in.
I know that when Jeff Long was doing that, and I'm assuming it's the same for Hunter Yurachek, they fly commercial to get to Dallas. And so I'm sure it's not, I'm sure it's not as glitz and glamour as we all think. I don't want to say they're struggling to get people doing it, but they're having some retreads through there. So that tells me that, maybe not everybody's signing up. There's not a waiting list to be on this committee like everyone might think.
Well, we said this joke before the show, Tommy. Why do you think they've had two Arkansas ADs in that position?
Yeah, you never have to leave the room to. You never recuse yourself.
I hate that I laugh at that. I hate that that's funny because our football program has not been close, unfortunately, with the exception of 21 to that thing. And you lost, I guess, 2 straight that season. But a couple texts here already on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Ryan in Prairie Grove loves corn dogs and whiskey. Have you ever actually had both in one sitting?
No,
I can't think I've had.
Maybe you dip your corn dog in the whiskey instead of the mustard. I don't know. All right, we'll get to the opening drive in just a second. We'll check the lines with our Fence Man Friday picks brought to you by Oaklawn Sports. You can download the app, get all the lines for the weekend. You've even got college basketball tonight, Arkansas and Samford. Throw out the record books when these two get together, folks.
Man.
That game's tonight, so you'll have some college basketball around the country, college football, the NFL. It's a big weekend. If you don't have the Oaklawn Sports app, do that now. New customers that sign up get $1,000 or up to $1,000 in bonus bets. They've got the 10% profit boost on three-leg parlays, plus funding and withdrawing from your account has never been easier than it is right now with the Oaklawn Sports app. Get it in the Apple app or Google Play Store. Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with the brand you trust. It's Oaklawn Sports.
So the NFL has filed a grievance against the NFLPA for these report cards that have come out, which basically players rank various aspects of the different franchises. So we're going to get into that and then kind of bring it back here home to Fayetteville and how you would rank certain aspects of this football program and the job here in our opening drive.
Can you say report card? Coaching gotta be. Let's clap 1, 2, 3. Offense gotta be. Say good try Arkansas with me. Defense got an F. Oh no, let's take a breath. Special teams got a D. We say keep working. One day Scott Fountain won't hurt me. Try, do your best. Even if you didn't head falling flat on your face all season long. We have to give you credit, so this is our song.
Beautiful.
Locker room gotta be. Give a big yippee. And morale got an F. Let's all pray the program doesn't die a slow death. Recruiting got an F, but that's okay. There's still time left. NIL gotta see. Let's count. 1, 2, 3.
A million wasted.
Gotta see. They tried, yes indeed. At 10 and C. Plus for fun, let's clap. Good job, everyone. Minus, but that won't define us. Let's shake it off. Shake, shake, shake. Let's try again, for goodness sake.
It's almost over. I'm so sorry.
I enjoy this. It's better me talking.
Pass the test. We still cheer and root for the team, but it's a total failure. Sorry for being me. Sorry for being me. Let's try winning like in the SWC.
You told me school music, Ty, and I just thought of all the little preschool music songs.
I thought it was
sing with my
great. I don't
son,
know why
so,
you're
yeah.
apologizing.
Well
That's
done.
the
Well done.
that's the
Bravo.
best jingle. That's the best jingle we've had all week. All right, so like I said, the NFLPA does these report cards where players grade their coach, the owner, food, travel, weight room, treatment, and family. So before we get into our Fence Man Friday picks, I thought this would be a fun exercise to not grade the team this year because the team, like in that song, would probably get a D or an F.
The song
But-
did all the grading. We don't need to add to that.
But
So.
so we just mentioned Hunter's job. What would you grade the athletics director here at Arkansas?
C plus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Good grade.
I was gonna go B minus.
Because you gotta weight the football heavily. And Ruskin and Zach were talking about that. I never thought of it in these terms. There's only been 14 SEC wins in the Hunter Yurachek era at Arkansas.
Yikes.
14.
Can I change my grade to a C plus like you?
And I never thought of that till I heard I heard the boys yesterday bring that up.
Ugh. All right, so Colton, what do you have the AD at?
I would probably say somewhere in the C's. I would even say a C minus because I don't think that you're weighting the way that there's a disconnect with the fans enough. People really don't like that
Football's
guy.
at least 2/3 of the job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. They have food on here at the NFL. For the potential coach coming in for the food and the cuisine, what do you rank the food in Northwest Arkansas?
Oh, sneaky good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, particularly if you get up to that Bentonville Square, you get out off the beaten paths a little bit. I'd put food in Northwest. I mean, you got the world's largest Ruth Chris there. I would put the food at a B plus, A minus.
I was gonna go a solid B. Colton?
Well, Ty, this whole report card thing, I don't like this because who's number one in the NFL?
Miami. That's why it's funny.
Yeah.
And their team's terrible.
This is a futile effort because they're going to have Miami's got good food. They got great child care for your kids. You know, you got a young kid, you're out there playing quarterback, got someone to watch them for them. They pay you well, they pay you on time, great city to live in. And it's the worst run franchise in the history of modern professional sports. Haven't won a playoff game since I was in diapers. So the report card thing is kind of dumb, but in terms of food here in Northwest Arkansas, that's an A+.
Got muscle
A+.
beach. You know.
Facilities, football facilities, weight room, locker room. Locker room needs not the game day one, but the old one. We need to fix that. So I'll give it a B minus.
What's wrong with the old locker room?
Look at the one here in Baton.
They just built the thing. I guess time is getting, but it's 10 or 12 years old.
Do you want the lockers that have you can take a nap in? That's got a
I thought
44-inch
they upgraded
TV
all those.
in there. It's
Yeah.
got room for all 25
I
of
thought
your
we
sneakers.
did that in that space. Maybe I'm wrong, but all right, I'll go with you on that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a player, so I don't know how I would judge lockers. But
What about the treatment of family? A plus when you're winning, F minus when you're losing. It is hell on earth when you're the head football coach, and you can say that about any SEC town. What about the fan base? Now, I don't want you to be a homer here. What do you think our football fan base actually is in the SEC relative to what you compete against?
C for crazy. We have a passionate fan base. Sometimes they go too far. Does that knock some points off?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think we got great fans.
All right, and last thing, recruiting base. D,
Oh, F minus.
F minus.
We
Say the
don't-
basket.
We had 3.2 million people, 3.3 million people in our state.
Okay,
Basketball's a different answer, but football, we just don't have a recruiting base in our state that stacks up.
Seth says food wise, Fayetteville's weak. Benton County is strong.
You got to put it together. You gotta merge all that together.
Yeah.
The I-49 corridor.
All right. So on that note, before we pick some games here with Brandon, what do we collectively get on the report card? What does it average out to, based on what we just said? Like a C plus, C?
No, sir. You're teetering on academic ineligibility here right
B
now.
plus.
You're probably in the
Tom?
low C's. I'd say C minus.
75, mid-C.
Okay. Mid C. Mid-C.
C's get degrees, boy.
C's get degrees. I still remember last time I looked at a report card, I told my dad, because they had this thing with the University of Arkansas where you didn't have to allow your parents to have access to your grades. Like it was it's like the medical stuff. Like you don't have to let them. He's like, well, you're
just like HIPAA, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm paying for your school, so I have to be able to access anytime. I was like, okay, that's fair.
My uncle had his University of Arkansas at Fayetteville report cards mailed to the house when he went in the early 80s. And my grandmother once asked, what's this WD? What's it stand for? He said, wonderful. She bought it.
Did she really?
Wonderful.
Oh, I love that. Well, the internet is, you didn't have it really back then. And so you couldn't just type in WD on report card, and he probably took her son at his word.
Sure,
and
they were probably handwritten report cards back then. So, wonderful. WD, what's that?
Oh,
wonderful.
Man, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I got many WDs on the report card, but
Well, if you withdrew, you did. So.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get any wonderfuls either. We asked our buddy, our Brandon with the fence man, did you get any WDs on the report card back in the day, or what did the report card look like in the day, Brandon, for you?
Not the greatest, but
not the greatest.
Yeah, but
I don't think any of us here.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I don't think
WD means you're not getting all your money back in college. Is what it means. You're going to get, maybe depending on the drop date, you're going to get part of your money back, but you've wasted someone's money. Is what WD means.
I think one of the reasons we're in radio is that we didn't have necessarily the best report cards back in the day.
I graduated with honors. Speak for yourself.
Did you really?
Yeah, I've just fallen really far.
I graduated Itapekega, so I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, are you guys ready to pick some games? We've got that Sanford Arkansas game, Tommy, which is just a titanic matchup where one team is just favored by 25.5 points. Like it is going to be as close a game as it gets. Are you ready for that type of monumental matchup?
Let's roll.
All right. Let's hear what we did last week here on Fitzman Friday.
A&M, they are 7-point favorites.
I'm going to take a chance here and take A&M.
I think they win by 6-7 points.
I'm going to say Missouri covers. They are 9-point favorites against the Bulldogs. Who do you like in this one?
Mississippi State and the points, please.
I'm going to take Mississippi State to cover as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mississippi State to cover the spread.
Auburn comes in that game as a 6.5-point underdog.
I'll take Auburn.
I think Bobby and company win by a touchdown.
I'll take Vandy and the points.
Alabama is a 10-point favorite in this one.
I'll take LSU in the points.
I like LSU to cover as well.
I think Bama wins and LSU covers the points.
We'll say the line's 1.5 in favor of Michigan State.
I'll take them Hogs.
I got Michigan State.
I think the Hogs put the country on notice in this week.
That Auburn game's a bad beat, though. That game went to overtime, but, hey, didn't be the breaks. So
that was the best game, arguably, of last weekend, was the Auburn-Vanderbilt overtime game in Nashville. All right, we're going to pick some football games, and we're going to pick that basketball game tonight. Let's start outside the SEC, where you've got College Game Day. Pitt hosting Notre Dame. All SEC fans cheering for the Panthers. Notre Dame's a 12.5-point favorite, Tommy. Who do you like?
The game's
Irish
at
on
Pitt?
at Pitt. Pat Narduzzi said the game doesn't matter because it's not an ACC game.
11 a.m. start.
Give me Notre Dame.
I think 12.5 is a little high. I think Pitt doesn't win, but they cover. So I'm going to take the Panthers and the points in this one, Brandon.
Yep, I think I'll Pitt covering in the points right now.
All right, the two monumental games in the SEC this weekend. First one's in Tuscaloosa. Oklahoma just ran over the Crimson Tide last year. Bama trying to return the favor. This is the 2:30 game on ABC tomorrow, Tommy. Alabama is a 6.5-point favorite. Who do you like?
I like Alabama. I like Alabama big in this game, actually.
I do too. I hope Oklahoma wins, but Ty Simpson is just he's a dog in these ranked matchups. And I know Mateer won in Knoxville. It's a different animal in Tuscaloosa. I like Alabama to cover, Brandon.
I'll be crazy. I think Oklahoma covers.
Okay.
But Bama wins.
All right.
I hope Oklahoma wins outright.
Not a terrible island to be on. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the other monumental matchup this weekend. Texas going into Georgia. The Bulldogs, 6.5-point favorites. ABC. Texas with 2 losses already. Can't afford another one if they want to keep their college football playoff alive, if I should say. 6.5-point favorites in favor of Georgia. Who do you like, Tommy?
This is like you're trying to say. This is an elimination game from the playoffs, and I like Georgia at home.
Yeah, I think Texas covers, but I think Georgia wins this football game. So I'm going to take Texas in the points, but Georgia ultimately wins, Brandon.
I got Georgia covering and winning.
I hope Georgia just blasts them tomorrow. It'll be
hope they
3
do too.
straight for
Yeah.
Kirby Smart. All right, 2 Arkansas games. We'll start with the football one. Razorbacks LSU. That line is down to 5.5, 11:45 tomorrow, right here in Baton Rouge. Tommy, you've won here before. This is probably the worst game that you've had between the two schools in quite some time. Who do you like in this Razorbacks and Tigers matchup tomorrow at 11:45?
I'd like for Arkansas to win, but I'm going to take LSU and give the points.
I'm going to say Arkansas covers, but I think LSU wins. I think that LSU wins by field goal as they did 2 years ago. Hope I'm wrong. Hope Arkansas finds a way in the fourth quarter. I just think they find a way to lose, unfortunately, Brandon.
I'm being a homer, so I'm just going to take Arkansas.
There you go.
Well, there you go. All right, Razorbacks last game here on our Fence Man Friday picks. They are 25.5-point favorites against Samford coming in the building tonight. We'll see if Trevin Brazil is back from the back spasms. Tommy, who do you like in this matchup between Arkansas and Samford in the points?
Let me flip a coin. I'll take the Razorbacks.
Razorbacks by 26 or more. I'm also going to take Arkansas to cover. I think this team just turns it on a lot of times in the second half, both offensively and defensively. I think at Bud Walton tonight, people that attend are going to be happy, and I think you see TB back in action. He's gonna have a double-double tonight.
All right, so those are our Fence Man Friday picks, double edition of the Hogs on our picks, and they're brought to you by the Fence Man, 782-3936. Go to their website, thefencemanAR.com. Brandon, at that site, y'all have done a great job of
Yes, sir.
kind of a catalog of all the things you can do.
We have everything, and if you get with us right now, get us a call, get ahead of the springtime schedule. You can call and ask about our winter discount right now. So
Oh, tell me about that.
Give us a call. We can't give too much information right now, but if you give us a call, we can take care of you on that.
Keeping crews busy throughout the winter months.
We work all winter long.
You know, it's not officially winter, but boy, it feels like fall out there right now.
Yes,
so
sir.
great time to get it done. And if you're tired of your neighbor's leaves blowing over into your yard, get that fence up to kind of separate everything out.
Yes, sir. Add some beauty to the neighborhood.
Yeah. 782-3936. Again, thefencemanAR.com. If Facebook's the way you like to do it, they're there as well. Got a lot of neat stuff on there. Or just call and ask for Brandon. 782-3936. Brandon's the guy.
Yes, sir.
Ask for him.
I'm him.
Ask anybody else or just you?
You can, but I'm him. I'm him. I'm telling you.
782-3936. Brandon, he ain't afraid of no work with the Fence Man.
No,
Brandon,
sir.
enjoy this beautiful Friday and have a great weekend.
Yes, I will. You guys too.
All right, the Fence Man, thefencemanAR.com, Ty.
If I want to go back to the corn dog and whiskey fundraiser, could y'all handle the rest of the show, you think, Tommy? Or do I need to stay put?
I don't know if we could do it without you, Ty.
All right, well, I'll stay put then.
They need whiskey if you do stay put.
Hog, that's a little early, but if you want to hit it. Hog update coming up as we continue on a Football Friday.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanAR.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Vuya Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Vuya Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. Itswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
This is the Morning Rush.
Somebody get him a plane ticket for New York City.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
At Hardee's, every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO. Every Tuesday now through June 2026. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders, free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members. Only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for limited time at participating restaurants. See app for terms.
It's always good to be home for the holidays. So if you are currently looking for a different rental, or you're new to the area and looking for your first rental in the River Valley, Marshall's Management has you covered. Apartments, duplexes, and single-family homes are all part of Marshall's rental inventory. And currently, Marshall's is offering holiday specials with big discounts on first month's rent and signing gifts to help you enjoy the holidays in your new home. Check out availability at marshallsrentals.com and get your unit picked out before they're all gone.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Oh, did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call your shelter insurance agent, Ryan Hughes, in Fort Smith.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Hey, it's Zach from the Ruskin and Zach Show. We will be live at Blue Ember Smokehouse Monday, November 17th at 8000 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. Order one of their whole turkeys, juicy turkey breasts, or flavorful pit carving hams, all slow smoked the Blue Ember way. And don't forget your favorite sides, mac and cheese, green beans, baked beans, potato salad, and more. Spend more time with the family and less time in the kitchen. Place your holiday order today by stopping in-store or calling your nearest Blue Ember Smokehouse. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Tommy loves the Razorbacks. Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
7 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, Woo Big Suey.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
He's my MVP, man. I love him to death. As a player, obviously, I love him to death as a person. He's my guy. I'll go to bat for him, wherever he wants. I love competing with him, love playing with him, and just love being on this team with him.
Guys, how about the New England Patriots winning their 8th straight game? That was Hunter Henry. You heard talking about Drake Mays. They defeat the New York Jets. Yes, the Jets stink, but they win 27-14 last night. Tommy, there's been a decent amount of Razorbacks to win Super Bowls lately. It'd be cool to see Hunter and the Patriots do it this year, just to add another name. I know Trey Flowers once a part of that organization, but 8 straight for the Pats.
Well, if the Pats did that, and the way North Carolina season is going, it would not be a great look for Bill Belichick at all.
You're right. You know what the weird dynamic is? So there was obviously a falling out between Bob Kraft and the Pats and Bill Belichick. Drake May is a North Carolina graduate. They don't share like his social media stuff, or they do. It's like way after the fact because Bill hates the Pats. Apparently, reportedly, Jordan Hudson said don't share social media stuff from that organization.
I think they'll do just fine without him. So,
yeah. Oh, man. It's a whole mess there in Chapel. I think they've won a few more games. I haven't paid too much attention, but it is pretty wild. Keeping your hog update going. Guys, any idea what the cheapest ticket is here in Baton Rouge tomorrow?
It probably costs more for that corn dog and whiskey that fundraiser you're at.
Colton, those tickets that you found is cheap. What's the low price on them?
Less than one paper Abraham Lincoln. $4 you can get
$4.
$4.
Guys, we're talking.
You don't want to sit in a $4 seat. You won't even be able to.
You
see
won't
the
be
field.
around anybody else up there.
Yeah,
guys, we're talking about history. This is the first time ever you've had 2 interims facing off against each other. You don't want to be a part of that?
Dubious history. Yeah.
Come on. My
goodness. We're not talking about Starkville or Fayetteville or Lexington. We're talking Baton Rouge. $4 gets you in the door.
Like as in the same place that's won national championships.
The fees will be more than $4.
$4 to become a target of empty Crown bottles. So just be careful.
It's it'll be lifeless tomorrow in Tiger Stadium. Basketball back in action tonight against Sanford. That game's at 7 o'clock on the SEC Network Plus. We'll have it for you here on ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, and our Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Women's basketball team won by 8 last night against Southeastern. Hogs soccer is back in action tonight at Razorback Field, their first NCAA tournament matchup. Do you have to be scared against Ivies in soccer like you do basketball? Same concept, do you think?
That's scared of what?
Of Ivies. Ivy League teams.
Okay. I thought you meant like IVs, like going in your own. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I just shortened it. Yeah, Ivy League teams. Is that just applicable in all sports just because the kids are usually whiz kids?
I'm not too afraid of them in football. So maybe in soccer that is a thing. I don't know. I'll lean on your soccer expertise for that.
Well, I'd probably honestly lean on Clay's rather
on those Ivies,
Have you not heard that before?
Well, yeah, but I wasn't thinking about it there. I mean, my brain wasn't working with that context. So
okay. All right, that is your hog update on this beautiful Friday morning, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, so we were talking about corn dogs earlier. That's not necessarily Cajun food. LSU is still known for it, though. Do you have this, if I had one Cajun food that I could eat the rest of my life, what is it?
Oh, it's gumbo.
It's gumbo?
Yeah.
Jambalaya.
I would say mine was gumbo. I love me some boudin balls, though, Tommy. You're just mid?
I don't even like boudin. I mean, it's not. It's way down the list on my favorite Cajun foods.
Okay, and you said jambalaya, Colton?
My favorite one,
okay.
Jambalaya.
All right, I'll ask our buddy David Ratt. David, best Cajun food out there?
I'm probably leaning toward gumbo too. The spicier, the better.
Yeah,
we got three gumbos here on the Morning Rush and 1 jambalaya. Boudin's up there for me, but I would probably still put gumbo on there. Well, there's a lot going on here in Baton Rouge, obviously with this game tomorrow. And David, there's a lot going on at Rath Mitsubishi and Rath Auto Resources. You got 2 days to take advantage of state sales tax paid today and tomorrow, both sides of the tunnel. People need to come by and see and save thousands of dollars in some cases.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to add to that, dude. You said it. I mean, we're doing, we got today and tomorrow left on our sales tax paid promos. So bring your old ride in, trade with us. We're doing that on new and used, both sides of the tunnel, like you said. So you can kind of stack incentives there on the new cars. We're doing rates as low as 0% for 60 months on all new 25 model Mitsubishis. And on the Road Ready certified side, we've just shuffled a bunch of stuff around. We got a bunch of new cars at both locations. Really nice stuff. yeah, it's a chance to save a whole lot of money right now on either side of those. The road ready stuff, we got some cool inventory right now too, so that's really worth taking a look at.
Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath, Mitsubishi in Springdale. And again, state sales tax paid when you trade today and tomorrow. Go take advantage as we get closer to the Christmas season. David, go get you some gumbo, man, and we'll talk next week.
You guys have a good one.
All right, one of the things, Tommy, we touched on a little bit, I want to spend some more time on is Hunter Yurchek being named the College Football Playoff Selection Committee chair. I know you were joking with me earlier asking what's going on with Mac Rhodes and Baylor. I have no idea. I don't know why he's stepping down, to be honest.
All right, we'll talk about it. Football Fridays brought to you by QC Kinetics. They tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that can help restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints. The inflammation gone, the pain gone, and without surgery, without drugs, and without downtime with QC Kinetics. Don't just mask the pain. Let QC Kinetics regain what pain took away from you. 479-999-1234. That's 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
Also, Tommy, I don't know if you know this, Cement Head tore his ACL.
No.
So we're going to talk about the worst injury you've ever had. As we continue on Football Friday, like Tommy said, on the Morning Rush, stay with us.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Vuya Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Vuya Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
TGI Fridays in Fort Smith, where football fans win with 50-cent wings all day, every Monday and Thursday. Just 50-cent wings, boneless or traditional, with a 10-piece minimum. It's perfect for Monday night and Thursday night football. Also, don't forget TGI Fridays' brand new steakhouse menu. Hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, juicy 8-ounce bacon-wrapped fillets, and loaded baked potatoes. Big groups are always welcome after the game, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays. Come hungry, leave happy. TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Have you had Cheerwine yet? The cherry flavor soda has had people coming back since 1917. This is RD with Platinum Distributing. We help bring Cheerwine to the River Valley for you to try. Nothing goes with food like Cheerwine. Burgers, barbecue, pizza, you name it. Okay, now we're hungry and thirsty. Cheerwine is a one-of-a-kind soft drink with a unique cherry taste that has been delighting Southerners for more than a century. Pick up Cheerwine at your local Jam Mart, Harps, and other fine establishments. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
They say you can't have it all, but with Taco Bell's $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings boxes, you can have all you want. So, will you choose the eternally beloved $5 box, the extra elegance in the $7 box, or will you go full Fuego with the $9 box? Now with the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito, the only wrong choice is not to choose. So, pick your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box today, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, I hope I asked this in a way that the point I'm trying to get across comes through, but in their own perspective, from each fan base's viewpoint, who has had the worst season, Arkansas or LSU?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I mean, LSU's 5-4, and while we would kill right now to be 5-4, our expectation and standard, let's just be honest, isn't quite to the same level, but where Arkansas's at, it didn't meet in the standard either, obviously.
No.
So who's had, by their own standard, their own expectation, who's really having the worst year when these two meet tomorrow from a fan's perspective?
Well, I think LSU was assumed to be a national championship contender. Nussmeier, the Heisman Trophy winner. Now you're sitting at, 5-4, 2-4 in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas was expected to be kind of a middling 500 squad, hoping to get to bowl eligibility. That's been eliminated too. I think you make a case for both, but I'll go LSU. And I don't want to belittle how bad of a season this has been for us as a fan base because it's sucked.
Seven straight losses.
We're not going to win an SEC game, in my opinion. I hope I'm wrong about that. But I think when you have higher expectations and you not only just don't fail to meet them, but you just flounder like LSU has, I think that hurts a little bit more than having low expectations and not meeting those. So I'll go LSU, Tommy. I think it's a good question.
I agree because the way A&M, BTA, belt to you-know-what in front of their home fans and just physically dominate, that doesn't happen at night in Death Valley. And I don't think once this year's over, you won't see anything like that again for a long time. So I would say LSU just because not just the nature of the losing the games. Really what's going to be worse for LSU is they'll make a bowl and they'll have to go to Memphis or somewhere.
Shreveport.
God, please, dear football God. Is the Birmingham Bowl still around? Please, dear God, send LSU to the Birmingham Bowl. Amen.
I can't remember.
That
I think
would
it
be worse.
switches off between that.
That would be worse
Vegas.
punishment, and then not making the bowl game would be easier on LSU than
Would
having
LSU
to go to the Birmingham Bowl.
You can decline bowl games, can't you?
You're not going to do that. But
Okay.
But yeah, I would say LSU just they had national championship expectations, Colton. But it's not just the losing; they gotten punked, and when it happened on their home field in front of A&M, that caused it all to come unraveled.
Off the top of your head, fellas, do you know the last time that LSU had a losing season outside of 2021? So just a couple of years ago. Before that, it was 1999.
I was going to say it had to be a Jerry DiNardo.
Just born, right before Nick Saban came over and take over the reins. So 26 years ago. So in 26 years, they've only had 2 losing seasons.
I was
Okay,
just barely born.
yeah, sorry. 2 losing seasons. But hold on, my point here.
I was out of college. I was a sophomore. I was a year away from graduating college.
This is worse for LSU, also because of the fact that Governor Landry has gotten himself involved in this mess too, and made that job just a tiny bit less desirable. And in my opinion, I don't think you can deny that.
But they've expunged him a little bit on this. I mean, you hadn't heard any more from him.
No, someone put a muzzle on him a long time ago. They put a muzzle on that gator.
So I mean, at the moment it was really bad, but I don't know that that's a factor. But I just think LSU fans are probably more miserable. As miserable as Arkansas fans are, I think LSU might be in a little bit more misery than Razorback fans. That's your Morning Rush Daily Question. It's brought to you by Cart Path Social.
Number 1 place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. If you watch our video stream, you see this fancy little overlay that Colton puts together each and every day. And it's an awesome place that you can play golf of one of over 1,000 different golf courses. You can have your Christmas party there. You can do a lot of things at Cart Path Social. Watch college football, the NFL, all at Cart Path Social. League plays going on, playing your Christmas party. Just go to cartpathsocial.com. It is always BYOB at Cart Path Social. Let's go to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. State sales tax paid this month up to 1,500 cars, trucks, SUVs. Ryan is in Hot Springs. Ryan, go ahead, man.
Hey, buddy, I want to answer your question real quick. Yes, teams can decline bowl games. That's how we ended up with Kansas because Missouri was too good to play their rival in the Liberty Bowl, and then they went and got beat by Wake Forest. So,
but teams don't generally. I mean, you don't just sit at home and not go to a bowl game outside of the COVID year. That doesn't happen. That's my point.
Well, that happened in 22 though. But anyway, I wanted to chime in too on what y'all were talking about with the LSU thing. And I actually firmly believe it is LSU. And the last time I remember them getting BTA was during a night game. I think might have been the Arkansas game when we went in there with Bielema and put BTA to them. And that was pretty much the one of the games that got old Les Miles out of there too. But just to back up what y'all were saying, it don't happen very often.
Mm-mm.
But I definitely agree. Once they fired Pittman, this fan base was kind of, I guess, put at ease and just kind of waiting to kind of see how the fire burns with the rest of the season. And that's the best expression I got for it. But that's my thoughts. I hope y'all have a great day and go Hogs.
Ryan, appreciate the call. And listen, I don't want to minimize how this season's gone for this football program and you and us as a fan base. It's been awful. But I think when you have higher expectations like they do here in Baton Rouge, I just feel like that it's even worse for them. And Ryan agrees with that. In addition to, and he's listening to Prairie Grove this morning. He also agrees with what Ryan has said. Tommy, we kind of went over it kind of quick. Hunter Yurchek named as the College Football Playoff Selection Committee chair. This was posed to me yesterday when this announcement was made. There seems to be a respect level from administrators and people within power of college football of Hunter. I don't necessarily get that same sentiment from the fan base. And I know being an AD is difficult. There are so many jobs, so many things you have to worry about, but football's at the forefront, obviously. Why do you think he was named to that, in your opinion? And why do we only have 14 wins in his tenure?
Well, which part do you want to take first?
You just go whichever route you want to go.
Being the kind of the fill-in chairman, I think, probably no one else on the committee was just jumping at the opportunity. You got to go take the arrows for the committee, and now the really hard-hitting arrows are coming as you get down to decisions that really matter. So it's a thankless spot. You get a little publicity, but you get to be the face of it. But I don't imagine it's a lot of fun, and you catch a lot of crap in that chair. But the wind blows strongest at the mountaintop. Why has there only been 14 wins since Hunter Yurachek took in SEC play? Let's clarify: 14 SEC football wins since he took over as athletic director. I heard this yesterday. I never thought of even looking that up. And Ruskin and Zach were talking about it. It's because of head coaching. You had Chad Morris, who didn't do squat, and
that's
Sam had some moments, but there's been no consistency. So I mean, to me, it just comes back to who your head coaches have been.
Okay, so kind of going back to the job, and we spoke to this a little bit with him being on the committee. I think there's pros and cons. The perception, while it's not reality, is, well, he's now spending time on the college football playoff and being on TV when he could be figuring out the coaching search. And you pointed out we can't spend 80 hours a day figuring out who the next Arkansas head coach is. And the other argument is, well, maybe with that title and with that job, he's got even more connections at his disposal to fit the right guy. Was this smart on his part to do? As in a manager type role, in this situation, in this climate, where your number one job, whether ADs want to admit it or not, is to have a good football coach. We don't. We don't have anyone. Was that smart of him to take this position?
If the search doesn't go well, people are going to use this as one piece of ammo against him. We act like we live in a world that doesn't have video conferencing now. We act like we live in a world that you can't do your work in a lot of remote. You're working today. You're in Baton Rouge. You're on the radio show. You're on the video stream. I mean, let's not act. We all have Zoom meetings, Google Meets, what else? Teams meetings. So the idea that he can't do his job because he's in this hotel in Dallas-Fort Worth in Grapevine, Texas, is preposterous. Now, is the perception of this, if the search doesn't go well, that, hey, he wasn't completely focused? Some will take that view, but I don't know that one's ultimately going to have anything to do with the other.
James brings up a good point here on Lewis Automotive Hotline. He says, I think that he took it to try and save his job, hoping that the BOT will not fire him as he's the sitting CFP chair. Is that a bad look?
I think that's irrelevant. I don't think one has anything to do with the other.
I think what you said initially, because that's where I was going to go, is if this does not come to a good resolution, and by that I mean hiring a good coach and being solid in the SEC the next 3 or 4 years, that is one of the things that's going to be 1,000% used against
Well, let me flip it on you here. Maybe him taking this means he's got his guy. They just hadn't announced it yet.
He's been there all along.
Do you think that?
I'm just throwing out, we're looking at it only from one angle.
Yeah.
Maybe, hey, I can go ahead and take on this extra responsibility because, we've got our coach. We just hadn't announced it yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
no, I don't believe that, but, you can always look at the glass half full rather than empty.
Let me present something else on this coaching search idea. So, sounds like Louisville's going to keep Jeff Brom in Kentucky. What if these guys stay put? Now, I'm not talking about the group of fives. I'm not talking about the Silverfields and the Sumralls and the Trailers and those guys. I'm talking about if Drink says, you know what, I'm going to stay in Columbia. Kiffin says, I'm going to stay in Oxford. Brom, I don't know, is a name that's necessarily got mentioned a lot with the Arkansas job. But
Signetti's already done that.
Yeah, Signetti's staying put.
Lashley signed an extension.
Lashley's rules staying put. I mean, I would think there's going to be a lot of angry fan bases, not just here in Fayetteville, but elsewhere, because if you can't lure away a city Power 4 head coach, you're going to go group of five, and that's a lot harder to sell than it would be a Power 4 guy.
It's a tough spot for the AD to go hire a fired coach too, and maybe Franklin has a little less baggage. Brian Kelly's a tough sell, I think, for a lot of ADs right now.
There is one white whale still in Oxford yet to sign an extension.
Yeah. Not done negotiating.
It's reported like $13.5 million, but that number could go up if they keep winning.
Hey, Beard Up, Arkansas. It's No Shave November with the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, helping men fight prostate cancer right here in Arkansas. Grow it, post it, tag it with a hashtag NoShaveAPCF. Join the challenge today. Ty, you can do it at arprostatecancer.org.
All right, hour 2 coming up. We're going to talk with Blake Ruffino, Are You Serious Sports. He's got a pretty good pulse on LSU and what's going on there, and we'll talk about this game. He actually thinks Arkansas is going to win tomorrow, so we'll get his thoughts on that and more. Lewis Automotive Group hotline open for you, 877-377-6963. Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics. Rolls on next.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. Itswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet. Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Wrath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Wrath Auto Resources. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, wrathautoportsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Why wait till Monday for your dental emergency? At Valley Urgent Dental, we know your pain cannot wait. Broken tooth, painful infections, sports injuries, we've got you covered. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are here when you need them most. Call them at 479-235-5655. Valley Urgent Dental is available on weekends when your regular dentist is closed. Valley Urgent Dental at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Do not wait. Your smile deserves immediate care.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal Tide of Oklahoma now offers Rhino Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino Tite.
Hey, it's Zach from the Ruskin and Zach Show. We will be live at Blue Ember Smokehouse Monday, November 17th at 8000 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. Order one of their whole turkeys, juicy turkey breasts, or flavorful pit carving hams, all slow smoked the Blue Ember way. And don't forget your favorite sides, mac and cheese, green beans, baked beans, potato salad, and more. Spend more time with the family and less time in the kitchen. Place your holiday order today by stopping in-store or calling your nearest Blue Ember Smokehouse. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Are you tired of bulky, embarrassing dentures? At River Valley Smile Center, we offer fixed hybrid dentures, a permanent solution that looks and feels more natural than traditional dentures. They're secure, comfortable, and never come out. Most procedures can be completed right here in our office with sedation. No need for referrals. With state-of-the-art facilities, advanced techniques, and digital workflow, we provide the best possible outcomes. Financing is also available. Call us at River Valley Smile Center today at 479-646-0706 or visit us at rivervalleysmiles.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Sunny sky today. A high this afternoon will be into the upper 70s. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, and overnight low will drop down into the upper 50s. Saturday, sunshine, upper 70s, and then Sunday, mixture clouds and sunshine. Highs on Sunday will be right around the low to mid 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be a smart aleck like that.
Who gives a damn about LSU? Here's Flynn. Deep. Intercepted. Mateo Richardson, Arkansas wins. But the give is to Alex Collins, right up the middle. And Collins on the run. Full kitchen. And here comes an end around. And it's Cornelius. And he got the edge. And Cornelius down the sideline. He might take it. Cornelius. Nobody's going to get him. Touchdown, Arkansas. Jefferson gets out of trouble again. Throws on the run. It's Dominic Johnson. Arkansas touchdown. Freshman kicker on the road in the SEC. Cam Little. Leaking. Delivers. Arkansas wins it in overtime.
Live from the Busch Light Studios with Ty Richardson.
Look at me and say he's doing a poor job.
And Tommy Kraft.
Well, I mean, the world can see it. It's on YouTube.
And produced by Colton Wood.
This is the Morning Rush.
Tommy does that every day, just after the show. You did a poor job, Ty. No encouragement, no camaraderie, just nothing but criticism.
No,
he calls it constructive, but you know
just truth.
We do our best to take it stride. You know what? Ryan in Hot Springs was talking about that 2015 win. Brett Bielema company go down and just bash the Tigers, and just one of these funny clips.
Really are heading to the exits.
Well, I just like the way Dan Enos calls a game.
Ooh. That didn't age
well. To be fair, that 2015 Arkansas offense was one of the most prolific in Razorback football history. Can't say that necessarily about the 2023 Dan Enos coach group, but I still remember you got these two. There's this clip, and I know Colton says watched it. You get this clip for those watching of these Arkansas fans looking around and saying, "Where are you going? Where are you going? This is great." I don't know if we're going to have that tomorrow because I don't know how many LSU fans are going to be at Tiger Stadium tomorrow, Tommy.
Yeah, so gonna be fun. Are you sitting outside or are you sitting in the press box?
I'm going to do a little bit of both.
He'll never see the press box other than the free food. He'll go in for the free food.
Okay.
You won't even be in there for kickoff.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But I mean, I'm doing the pregame.
But you'll walk around with your credential like, look
he
at
has
that.
business to attend to.
Yeah.
I have business to attend to.
You'll have
exactly.
your hat on
Colton.
backwards in the press.
What's her name again?
Yeah.
Football Fridays brought to you by QC Kinetics.
Busted. The nation's leader in regenerative medicine. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Help you get back to doing the things you love, the things you need to do. Golf, climbing the stairs at the stadium. How about climbing the ladder to your tree stand? All those things can be done pain-free with QC Kinetics. They tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain at its source. 479-999-1234 is the number. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
The dream dies for LSU. Arkansas by 2 in the third overtime.
That was one of the better college football games we'd ever seen. Unfortunately, the tree didn't die for LSU thanks to a crazy 2007 season. They ended up going on to beat Ohio State 38-24 in the national championship game. Blake Ruffino, Are You Serious Sports, going to join us momentarily. This is breaking, Tommy, from On3 and Pete Nakos. Pete is the reporter that broke the Nico Iamaleava story with Tennessee and the money situation. He's a credible reporter. LSU head coach Ed Orgeron has been in communication with Arkansas. Again, you read these headlines, you don't know what that means. He reached out, they reached out. I just thought that was something that is worth sharing considering the matchup we have in front of us tomorrow.
Interpreters are still involved, trying to make sure that there's clear communication. So, yeah, in communication in regards to being a candidate for the job, or again, supposedly the conversation with Calipari began as one to pick his brain for potential candidates. So I don't know, would Ed Orgeron be a serious candidate for the Arkansas head coaching job?
I've never, that idea that you're going to talk to a current sitting head coach in the league who you have to compete against. And the story goes how Hunter and them have framed it. I don't know what actually happened, but he started listing off things that is good for Arkansas, and then Hunter was like, well, why don't you take the job? And, of course, he's the head coach now. I don't know if that's what actually happened.
Well, Cal's got an actual coaching tree. I don't know that we could describe Orgeron's lineage as a coaching tree. So.
As the same way. Well, let's ask Blake about this. Blake Ruffino, Are You Serious Sports, joins us. He's also the co-host of the Ruffino and Joe show. Blake, Ed Orgeron coaching as a head coach in 2025 at a power forward. Does that look like it could happen, or is that just a pipe dream of his heading into next year?
The one thing that I've learned is, number one, go to Wings and Things or whatever it was called that we went to last night and get the steak platter. And number two, anything and everything that goes on in coaching carousels, I fully believe and don't believe at the same time. So could it happen? Maybe. I would tell you this. Ed on a neighboring state of Louisiana with any level of recruiting money would be dangerous. And you would ask any LSU fan if he's given proper resources just from a recruiting standpoint. With him being this close, it would not sit well in Baton Rouge. I would promise you that. But then secondly, Todd, the way things ended here were really bad. But at the same time, you saw Hugh Freeze at Auburn and Bobby Pease back at Arkansas. So who really knows what would happen there? I mean, we've seen some crazier things.
I don't know if tomorrow's game's going to be crazy. Arkansas's gunning for their first one of the season. LSU's trying to get to bowl eligibility. One of the matchups I think you got to look at, LSU has a bad offensive line. They'll lose 4 starters from last year's teams. You got a young left tackle from Arkansas, Marion Karras-Kern. He's going to have to try and fend off Quincy Rhodes. Is that, Blake, in your opinion, is that maybe the matchup to watch tomorrow?
Yeah, it is. And Ty, look, I think there's a couple of things here about Kern that I just would point out. Number one, he's not a tackle, he's a guard. So Rhodes being able to do some of the things they can on regardless, I do think it's going to give Kern a lot of problems. Now, he only allowed 1 pressure last week versus Delty Overton and then 1 against Pierre. And the one that was on Pierre was the spinner Rooney by Garrett Nussmeier that gave up the sack. He's good, man. Karras can play. The thing is, do you hit him with speed? Can you get off the ball a little bit quicker than he can? That's been the problem that he has. So I got to be real with you. He's been really good at left tackle. He doesn't belong there. But we've seen these guys that are pure edge guys, pure guys that can rush the passer, give him problems with speed. So do I think it could be a massive thing to watch here? It always is, every single week. But I do ask the question with Garrett getting nicked up in practice yesterday, allegedly, per Frank Wilson, though. Do you go to Michael Van Buren? And do things change? Ty would say I was told actually yesterday evening that he did take some reps at guard, meaning Karras-Kern. They might try to shuffle some things at tackle. So that entire position, whether it's Kern or not, I do think it's something we got to watch out for here for sure.
Blake, we were asking the question earlier in the show by fan standards, by expectation, who has had the worst year? I mean, LSU's record's better at 5-4. They could be bowl eligible with a win over the Razorbacks tomorrow. But it kind of feels like LSU, in their own way, has had a worse season than maybe what Arkansas fans are feeling. Neither are good, but who's had the worst season from a fan perspective?
Well, if you ask me, as a homer, I guess, probably LSU. But the thing is, LSU was bragging in the beginning of the season of spending $20 million on this roster, and you might not get to a bowl game, right? So I do think from just the perception side of things, and look, I don't know if y'all saw this, but Shrine Bowl, Top 1000 came out with of guys, and LSU was third of guys that would potentially play as juniors and seniors in these all-star games. And so how do you rank third amongst upperclassmen talent, and you might make it to a bowl?
Well,
or you're pushing to make it to a bowl game.
You're going to. You got Western Kentucky left. You're going to make a bowl. I mean, come on now.
We were in a one-score dog fight with Louisiana Tech in week 2. We find ways to not score in the red zone. So, but I agree with you. I think we'll make it. But
well, if LSU goes 0-4 after the break, or what would be? It'd be 5, 6, counting back 6 in a row. I mean, they bring Scott Woodward back to fire him again. If that happens, that's not going to happen. I mean,
I don't think that they'll lose to Western Kentucky, no. But at the same time, I mean, here's the thing with LSU that has been wild. So, we do our film breakdowns and whatever on our show, and we talk about this ad nauseum. They have been ironically, one of the best teams in between the 20s. The problem has been the last 7 weeks, they're 16 out of 16 teams in red zones and touchdowns. And that has been a massive issue. So I think from a LSU fan's worry going into this one specifically, like you see Arkansas, they're 2-7, all their defense is really bad. Okay, that I personally get that. I don't think people fully understand how bad LSU's been in the red zone. Like how bad that things have gotten in the red zone. Like
it'll get better tomorrow. It'll get better tomorrow. So
well, I hope so. I just don't know if LSU can get out of their own way. It's not plays that are bothering them. It's that they're rotating wide receivers with 6 seconds left on the clock. It's been self-inflicted, and I wonder if they can get that cleaned up this week at all.
So what's the deal with this governor of y'all's down there? Well, I mean, shooting his mouth off early and telling Jimmy Sexton how it's going to be, and then he's kind of gotten muzzled up. But how has that played with the voters in the state? And what's your take on how the governor injected himself into this search?
Yeah, well, his polling numbers came out on Monday. Jokingly, he was at 47% approval rating before Brian Kelly was fired, and he currently sits at 32. So I think that he might want to be quiet from here on out. If you want to ask me, I do think that he has interjected himself well before any of this situation happened, like with the Tiger and bringing it on the field and all this stuff. He's making the persona of Louisiana the persona nationally that people from Louisiana don't want. Louisiana, and I'm prideful from being here, has its own persona, but people don't like that persona all the time. When it benefits them, sure, food, culture, whatever. But the way that he's done things is not how I would have done it, clearly, or anybody wants it to be done. I will give him this. From my personal view, I don't disagree with him on how some of these things have gone in contracts. I don't agree with him that he tells Jimmy Sexton, who holds all the power in this, that he should probably be disbarred. Why don't we keep our mouths shut and let the people who know what they're doing, and we'll go from there. But I will say it's ironic here over the last couple of days when someone's political future is tied into who's going to be hired at LSU as next head football coach. Gets a lot of money start flowing. So we'll see how this goes.
Blake, did his comments in conjunction with the lawsuit with BK eliminate you guys from getting Brian Kelly? Or excuse me, Lane Kiffin. My bad.
No. Because here's what I think, Ty, and I know that you and I talked about this last night. I don't think this will go to discovery. I do think that they're going to settle, and I think that all parties pretty much have calmed that water at the current moment. It was that LSU didn't agree on the judgment. Now, we could spend a whole hour on that. We don't have it. They're not going to court in reference to Brian Kelly being fired with cause in reference to what he did. They're going to court in reference to, did Scott Woodward have the authority to fire him or not? Because in the discovery, what's going to come out here next month or this Monday is that Scott Woodward was already talking to LSU about his own buyout of termination, and they already had this agreement working. So what LSU is saying is, hey, we were working on a buyout for Scott Woodward in reference to his own termination, and we have told him that he does not have the authority to do this, and he did it anyway. So I don't think that it has killed it at the current moment. However, I think that LSU is going to have to do something here that maybe they weren't anticipating that they were going to have to do. Ty, there's some numbers that are been thrown around here. We'll see what they do. But in reference to the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes, I don't think LSU's out of this. And, look, Florida people are saying, oh, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. Well, we'll see.
Why do you think LSU has the highest odds to hire Nick Saban? Why do I see that with betting?
Yeah, because
why is he at the top?
Well, because here's the truth. There are people that are in that building every day, and when he shows up for multiple practices throughout a week, stuff's going to start coming out. And it's not like those parts, Ty, aren't even like, oh, well, it's not sourced. He wasn't there. Well, when you have Shaq in the building at a practice, and then he comes out on his own podcast and says, yeah, Nick was at a random Tuesday practice, those conversations are going to happen. So listen, as a man who got yelled at by his wife at 74 years old to sit up and blow his candles out on his cake, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he likes game day too much. But it probably doesn't stop LSU from trying to just say, hey, who do you think we should hire? Where do you think we should go and go from there? I'm going to have to see it to believe it. I'm not buying it.
Not only did he get yelled at to sit up, he did it immediately. I mean, he wasted no time.
You look, he's been married a lot longer than I have, and my wife told me to take out the trash this morning. I said, I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, I ain't, I
happy
would.
Wife, happy life.
Told me to do too.
Yeah, I still think it's far-fetched that he's coming back, but listen, when it's all you know, and you've been on a team and you've been part of that, I mean, it's probably hard to make that adjustment to not being in that chair, to not being in your routine. And I don't know if being on game day and all the other things he's got in his life is satisfying for him. What's a primal urge, a primal reflex is to be around football.
Yeah, and look, that could definitely be where he sits. Like he was in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Forgive me on how long ago it was, but he got inducted to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. The first thing he said is like, hey, me and Terry talk about this all the time, and our biggest regret was leaving and going to Miami, leaving this place and going to Miami. And he said it multiple times. Which then when you say that around here, y'all know what's going to happen. You have a search that comes up and like, hey, you said your biggest regret was leaving. Now what? If you're asking me an opinion, and it's strictly an opinion, I think he thinks about legacy more than he thinks about money or coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Do they take that statue down of him and Bama if that ever were to happen? Do they take his name off the field if that were ever to happen? I don't think you could give the man $200 million, and if you told him that his name comes off that field, that he does it. Legacy to me feels like, what he thinks about more than anything and how he is perceived now that he's out. He's the greatest coach of all time, in my opinion.
I
can't see it.
If he really wanted to be back around the team, he could just say, hey, I am now the general manager for Alabama football. And that'd be the end of the discussion, right? If he wanted to be around it, have a hand in it, deal with players, write his own job description, write his own salary out, I mean, he could do that. I know he's got the consultant position, but that probably involves little of nothing and no involvement.
Right.
I mean, he could just write his own job description and do what he wanted at Alabama if he had an itch he just had to scratch.
Yeah, and he could do it. I mean, he could do it here too, But
Yeah,
I mean, you're right. I just don't.
And not ruin his legacy. The legacy part you're talking about would never be in danger if he just did that with Alabama.
Correct. And I mean, he could get both things. And I don't know how y'all view this, but I see a guy on game day that's actually having fun. I don't see what everybody else sees. I see a guy that's constantly laughing, and he is around the game. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I see a guy that's extremely excited to be on game day.
That's kind of like Tommy when he wakes up to do the show with me every morning. He's Saban, I'm McAfee.
Yeah.
I'm the young guy that gives him the energy and the will to live. So there's a comparison for you there.
Oh, yeah.
Blake Ruffino, Are You Serious Sports, best podcast when it comes to LSU. He's also the co-host of the Ruffino and Joe Show. Blake, good luck this weekend, tomorrow, starting at 11:45. Appreciate the time this morning, buddy.
Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all soon.
All right, Blake with us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. We're brought to you by Pradco, the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue. That's what you need in your tackle box, whether you're going to the Mighty White River or you're going to be fishing, anytime soon. This Rogue helps. It's got that famous rolling action. It's been tricking big fish for over 100 years. And whether you're fishing for that trophy brown or you're fishing elsewhere, take that Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue along with you. Find it at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, and LureNet.com. It's the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
So we're talking about the LSU job there. I wanted to pose the question for the Arkansas job. We know recruiting's at a detriment. Your facilities are pretty on par with other SEC. I would argue your stadium looks newer in a lot of cases than some of the venues I've had a chance to go to these last few years. Tommy, is money the only thing we could use at our disposal to lure someone that you wouldn't think would be a candidate? Is that the only thing we could possibly have to bring someone to Fayetteville as the head football coach? Is there anything else that we have or anything else?
I think coaches, their egos are at a point where, hey, I can go there and I can create and be the spear, the tip of the spear in creating the most incredible turnaround story you've ever heard. Clark Lee's getting a little bit of that right now with Vanderbilt. It's taken a while. I don't know if our fan base and our administration will have the patience to let something like what's happened at Vanderbilt unfold and occur here with the right hire. But I think the egos of coaches are like, I could go there, and here's what I could do. Here's my vision. Clemson had the patience with Dabo for a while when he was on the edge of being fired, but
Clemsoning
stuck it out, and look what happened. I don't think anyone's looking, and we're in a different age with a portal and NIL, and I don't think the timelines are nearly as long. But I think ego and showing someone, hey, this is what can happen here. Here's what's happened before, and you could be the one. You could be that person to, create a legacy for yourself here.
Well, let's think about that, Clark Lee. That's a good example to use. So I pulled up his coaching resume. He was 2-10 first year at Vanderbilt, 5-7 the next year. They go 2-10 and 23. I think if you go that 3-game stretch or 3-year stretch in Fayetteville, you're fired after the third year. And then last year they beat Alabama at home. They gave Texas all they wanted, and they might have had one more win. And now they're sitting at 8-2, and if they win out the next two games, they're going to the college football playoff. It's year 5. You gave Pittman 5 1/4, 5 1/2, however you want to say it. I think the expectation here is like you're not showing signs of life in year 2. By year 3, you might be gone. And I don't know if that's the right way to look at it, but Pittman showed signs of life year 2. You could argue they were a year early, 9-4. Like thinking, all right, let's go. Let's get to double digits next year. Of course, yeah, that's the biggest reason why. But I think it's just so difficult. Like one game, one climate. How many games if they would have gone differently or play?
If he had to have a hip replacement and didn't suffer through the entire 24 campaign with an ailing hip, would things be different? I don't know. We can what if this thing to death. money's the biggest thing, though. You can appeal to someone's ego, but they got to have the resources and the tools to be successful. And money is a tool in today's college football world. It used to be facilities, like you mentioned. Everybody's got good facilities now.
Yeah, they do.
Everybody's got a nice stadium. Some seat more than others. You got to build this thing into someday as the population in Northwest Arkansas grows, as the roads even get better in our state. You need someone that can win so you can envision a day where you have a 90,000-seat stadium. And you say, well, what does that matter? Well, you're behind you're going to a stadium tomorrow that seats, what is it, 100 and...
I think it's 98.
98,000?
I'll look it up.
Tuscaloosa, they're over 100 or right at it. Obviously, Tennessee's got a stadium with Neyland Field that's 106 or 7.
102, my bad.
I mean, the difference is 30,000 seats roughly, 25 to 30,000 tickets that are given donations that are paying
times
25,000 times another, $500 a seat per year or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a reality, and the difference in your program and Auburn's, who's in the 90,000 range. So you've got to figure out how to get to a point that in the next generation you can be that. Because I don't know that Neyland Stadium's going to ever be much larger than 106,000. Mm-hmm. But Arkansas's, with the right coach and a winning tradition, that should be your long-range plan as an institution.
I want to, as a ref, I want you to just but think about this. How do you fix high school football in this state? I want you to think about that.
Right.
And I don't know if you have the answer, and you talk to a lot of ADs and coaches, but it's just so behind the pecking order. I don't want to criticize any coach or any conference or any – Central Arkansas, you can't have your capital city not producing D1 talent consistently. Like, I'm talking – you got probably 10 guys. That number needs to be, doubled if you're going to have any chance to compete in this league.
Yeah. Hey, Thanksgiving Day coming up. We're, 13 days from Thanksgiving? The Mercy Turkey Run, doing it for the pie, presented by Cherokee Casino and Ware Construction and the Mercy Health Foundation, is Thanksgiving morning at 8 a.m. It's their 5K race. You can come out with me and walk it. You don't have to run the entire 5K. It's for fun. You get a T-shirt. Winners in the divisions win pies. And everybody gets a medal for being a participant in it. Hey, the early turkey special is $25. You can sign up. Regular price is $30. That early turkey actually is expired, but you can sign up this week and get in today and still get the T-shirt and everything you need. Go to mercyhealthfoundation.net. That's mercyhealthfoundation.net/turkey run. It's supporting preventative care through fitness, and winners will take home pies. There's a costume contest and a lot more. It's the Turkey Run, the 5K. Helping benefit Mercy Health Foundation. We're a part of it. Hope you will be too. mercyhealthfoundation.net/turkey run.
All right, SEC update coming up. Some big marquee games this weekend as Oklahoma travels to Tuscaloosa like they did in 2003. Stay with us here on a Football Friday.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Hey, this is former Razorback Jalen Williams, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hey, it's JT here at Blue Ember Smokehouse. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and we're here to take the stress out of cooking. Order one of our whole turkeys, turkey breasts, or pit carving hams, all slow smoked the Blue Ember way. And don't forget your favorite sides: mac and cheese, green beans, potato salad, and more. Spend more time with family and less time in the kitchen this year. Last day to order is Friday, November 21st, so place your holiday order today by stopping in-store or calling your nearest Blue Ember Smokehouse. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith in the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, johnnystransmissionfs.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
90 years. That's how long the Hug family has been a part of this town. Through dust bowls, downturns, and drive-thrus, we've been right here, selling trucks to grandfathers and now their grandkids. Because it isn't just about cars, it's about connection. We're proud to still be your local GM dealership after all these years. Hug Chevrolet GMC, since the beginning, still right here.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about. A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight. We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
6 times OU has had to punt this evening. Here they come right up the middle. And they're going to throw a pass, and it's complete at the 30-yard line. 40, 35 to the 50. Michael Thompson. And how about that gamble by Coach Stoops?
I miss Ron Franklin, Tommy. I loved when he used to call Arkansas games. I still remember that game in 2004 with Texas and the Razorbacks, and you got that night atmosphere, and he was a really good broadcaster. Oklahoma, Alabama tomorrow at 2:30 on ABC, one of the 2 marquee SEC games of the day. The other one being Texas at Georgia, also on ABC. These are, you think about the dynamics. Oklahoma beat Alabama handily last year. John Mateer's already got a big road win in the league, trying to get another one. And then Texas losing to Georgia twice. One of the SEC championship, one in Austin. Chance for a little revenge with Sark and company. These are 2 great games tomorrow.
Yeah, and another entertaining SEC weekend. Never a bad day for Texas to lose. I guess we're all going to be big Georgia fans tomorrow. So
That's where I'm at.
That's an elimination game right there. So.
Mississippi State at Missouri. Kind of an under-the-radar game. Missouri hasn't looked good without Perbula as their starter. State got clobbered by the Bulldogs last weekend at home. They're trying to bounce back. That's the night game, 6:45 on the SEC Network. I'll tell you one for the storylines, Florida at Ole Miss. I mean, Florida fans think they got Kiffin. Ole Miss fans think they got him to stay. No one really knows. He hasn't signed that extension, as Colton said earlier. That's a fun matchup tomorrow.
Well, and I look at Ole Miss and Alabama, or Oklahoma and Alabama. Everyone that's an Ole Miss fan, everyone that's a Georgia fan. I mean, there's a lot of people in the league going to be rooting for Oklahoma in these next few weeks because they can really play spoiler down the stretch, starting with Alabama. They play Missouri and LSU. Tomorrow they could put a dent into the SEC standings and even the college football playoff.
South Carolina plays A&M. Don't expect the Aggies to slip on the banana peel early tomorrow on College Station. And, of course, the game that Arkansas fans care about, Arkansas taking on LSU tomorrow at 11:45. Blake was kind of talking about the quarterback situation earlier. It sounds like Van Buren's gotten some snaps. Tommy, I'm of the belief you don't want to see him tomorrow. You want to see the less mobile quarterback. You want to see, well, he's played a lot of snaps. I don't want to see Michael Van Buren trot out there. That's just another element you have to worry about for a bad defense.
Yeah, and we've already seen backups with Ole Miss and Chambliss come in and rip you apart. I don't think it really matters for Arkansas's defense who plays out there. So Arkansas's problems on defense and stopping opponents is problems they got to fix on their own, not necessarily who the quarterback's going to be.
You asked a question earlier this week. Do we see anything different tomorrow? Petrino got asked about it in the press conference.
Yeah, I think what you got to do there is watch the game and see. We certainly don't want to give anything away.
He cracks me up on that. I don't. Again, there's different wrinkles, and you can do a little more in a bye week than you could having to prepare everything. And I think offensively, you do have some capabilities to show some new stuff. I don't know much about the defense being able to do that. Larry Worth is out the first half tomorrow, but offense hasn't, for the most part, been the problem for you this year. But if they throw some stuff at them that LSU had, and I think Blake Baker's still there, DC hadn't seen, then maybe you can get off to a hot start and jump on them early tomorrow.
You're going to have some turnover. I mean, you're going to have some of the things you haven't been able to do consistently throughout the year, and that's going to include turnover, maybe a special team score. You're going to have to do something to help this offense and then take a possession away from LSU. Game's going to boil down to 11 or 12 or so possessions. Can you take one of them away? Can you force a turnover? Can you force a mistake? If Arkansas scores 35 points, they're going to have a chance to win the game. But as we've seen time and time and time again, scoring 35 doesn't mean you're going to win. So you're going to have to take away a couple possessions from LSU one way or the other.
Petrino's still in one here. In Baton Rouge as the head coach, because 2009, you had that Joe Adams late touchdown. LSU scored that field goal and then won an OT, and then 2011, you're up 14-0, they come back. So chance for him to get his first victory in Baton Rouge. I know coaches don't look at it like that, but I know he's pretty gassed up about it.
Oh, it gets me going just talking about it. It's really a lot of fun.
He's excited about this game. All right, that is your SEC update this morning here on a Football Friday.
Brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. You said Cementhead had an ACL injury?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the worst injury you've ever had. That was mine. Apparently he tore his ACL tripping over himself yesterday. He called me, and I felt bad.
Bless his heart. So I hope he's okay. Listen, if you trip over something in someone's business or at work, or you've had a personal injury of some kind, call Jackie and the team at Mock Legal Solutions. They will sit down. Your first consultation, your first visit's free, and they'll talk about the facts of the situation and how you move forward. They're going to represent you aggressively. Jackie's got over 13 years of experience, and she knows exactly what she's doing when it comes to dealing with the opponents, if you will, attorney, and then also those insurance companies that can be pesky as well. 479-769. 1505 is the number. 769-1505, or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
So on that note, what is the worst injury you've ever sustained?
Knock on wood, I have not had any broken bones in 49 and 7/8 years. I have not had any. I mean, stitches is about as bad as it's gotten. I've had some pulled muscles and some old man pains, but I mean, I've never had one that required a cast or surgery or anything like that. So I've been fortunate.
Colton, and have you ever had to endure anything bad?
I guess a broken heart's the worst I've had,
Oh,
Ty.
I was gonna say the worst thing I've ever have heard is my pride. That's
Yeah.
probably the thing that's been hurt the most. But I did break my pinky one time on my left hand. It's still crooked and it is misshapen and gross. I'd show it to Tommy over here, but he might gag. It is pretty gross.
It's pretty bad.
It's bad. But that's the only other thing. I've had plenty of stitches, staples a couple times. But nothing in a very long time. No ACLs, thank goodness.
I've done that. Apparently, this is going to have to be his third repair. He's torn them both already, and they last 20, 25 years is what he said. Chase,
you think he'd be a better athlete with that many injuries? So.
Well, he said his name is Cement Head and he's top heavy, so it's bound to happen. That was awful. I couldn't straighten my knee out when I tore my ACL. That was the worst pain I've ever felt. Concussion wasn't fun, but I haven't had any broken bones, which is nice. Couple texts here on the Loose Automotive Group hotline. Brian said he had a 16-pound shot put slipped and on a wet rein and broke his thumb in 4 places. That's tough. Have you not ever done
I did. I was working with a guy I was training, and we were doing like you do planks. You know what I mean? When I say a plank, Ty, I'm not sure you do, but you kind of crawl and you flip a 45-pound plate, as you move along the floor, and that plate kind of wobbled, and my finger got underneath that. That did not feel good.
Ugh. Yeah, that's when that's like hitting your funny bone times 1,000.
Times a million, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Oh,
and
man,
so
that
guess
sounds
what?
like-
I've never done that exercise again.
I was going to say that sounds like it would hurt the back. I'm just envisioning you doing that. That does not feel good on my own back thinking about that. Justin cut his ring finger. According to JT in Hot Springs, his friend Justin cut his ring finger off with the saw while working for him, and he found the finger. I'm always scared. I got taught as a kid, Tommy, when you're cutting, you're supposed to show the knuckle, like instead of having your hand all the way out just in case the tomato slips or something. I was scared. I can't remember who told me this. It was like, a friend cut off his fingers by not doing that. So I'm always, when I'm around sharp objects, I try to be as careful as possible because I really don't.
I had a really good friend of mine. He was had a ski rope or a tow rope on the back of a jet ski in his hand. And it tightened up, and it popped one of his fingers off at the middle knuckle.
Oh. Ugh.
And he's in the middle of, I believe it's Lake Ouachita.
Oh, gosh.
He caught it.
Oh, my gosh.
And, of course, listen to this next part. If you have something like that happen, you've got to keep it moist.
Cold. You gotta keep it, yeah.
You know what he did?
Cooler.
Put it in his mouth.
Oh. What?
Is it reattached?
No, they couldn't save it. He's too far away, too far gone.
Oh my gosh!
But they said that was the right thing to do.
All right. So if I ever,
I mean, you're in the middle of a lake. You don't have he's on a jet ski. So that would be a terrible injury.
That is
his second finger on the same hand.
That is a wild story to think about.
True story.
True. It's not.
No
it's
BS.
Not, it's not made up.
Yeah.
It's straight up.
Yeah.
You see Doug McMillan's retiring?
Hoping to afford it.
Yeah. You think he has any interest in working in the Arkansas Athletics Department in some capacity? That was my initial thought. Is like, okay, the CEO of Walmart's stepping down. You want to help out? You want to help out the football program? I don't know. Take a 30. What do you think he makes? I don't know if that's on public record.
Yeah, that is. But I don't know. But he's made plenty. You're asking, does he want to be the AD? I don't have any idea.
Pro bono. Does he want to work
jobs,
pro bono?
Those jobs like he's had, and he's had it for a while, they're as bad or worse than being president of the United States as far as stress level, time commitment, all those things. So I imagine he's ready to breathe a little bit. So I say all that with not ever having met him or know him at all, but those are they pay a lot for a reason, Ty.
I'm going to be honest. I don't make a habit of knowing big executives and CEOs. I just remember the first time I heard about him is he was with Jessica Alba at U.S. Pizza, and there was a big uproar because you've got the CEO of Walmart. Because she's got a makeup company or something that I think she was trying to get in Walmart, and I had this friend that texted me. It's like, you see Doug was at Walmart? I was like, who's Doug? And he's like, the CEO. And I was like, oh. And so they were at U.S. Pizza, and that's the first time I found out who Doug McMillan was.
Well, Jessica found it necessary to make that sales call herself. So, brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. 479-587-3300 is her number. If you need help with anything involving aggregates or concrete, they've got you covered. The number one source for aggregates and ready-mix concrete. APAC and Standard Materials Group help build the roadways here in Northwest Arkansas. They can help build your driveway or sidewalk or your next municipal project as well. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group. We'll come back and wrap things up on a Football Friday in just a few minutes, get you set for the weekend and also for halftime coming up. Gaston's White River Resort, they are eagerly getting ready for the weekend themselves as well. 870-431-5202 is their number. They always fly in some fresh seafood specials and do some special things in the restaurant for the weekend. Prime rib on Saturday nights, and all their meals start with that John Boat salad bar. They've taken an old boat, turned it into a salad bar. It is a kind of a really neat way to start your dining at Gaston's White River Resort. Every table has a great view of the White River, and you'll love the meal and the menus at Gaston's, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Gaston's White River Resort, 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities. Across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma, residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet. Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
It's the season for shopping the store that honors Christ all year long. It's the season for shopping the Solid Rock. Lots of gift ideas, including home decor, greeting cards, books, women's boutique items, and of course, Bibles. And while you're there, make your gift extra special with custom laser engraving, pins, cutting boards, wallets, Bibles, and more. Lots of selections to choose from, or ask about custom orders. The Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th in Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, family owned and serving the River Valley for over 48 years.
Stop in for big savings on their 2-day Christmas open house on November 21st and 22nd.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
You can favorite.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was her first ball game with my wife, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You got to go with somebody. At least I go with a winner.
Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
All right, I want to continue on the painful injury story, Tommy, because Lane in Cape City sent us a dandy. My uncle was pulling a calf one time, and one of his cows was having trouble giving birth. Got his finger stuck in one of the pulling chains and popped off one of his fingers, which was lost inside the cow.
Well, I think I'm going to leave that one there. So.
Oh my goodness, Lane! I hope your uncle's okay. That was tough. Jeez Louise.
Football Fridays brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I don't think they can grow a finger back for you, but they can make your joints feel better. I don't think they can go as far as making that pinky finger come back if you lose it in a cow. But what they can do is make those joints quit hurting. If golf's out of the question, hiking, going to games, deer hunting, and those are out of the question because of joint pain for you. Get the freedom back that you so desire with QC Kinetics. And they'll help you feel like you've rediscovered everyday life again. 479-999-1234, 999-1234, and they can do it with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
It's always an exciting place to go play at LSU. Unbelievable crowd, unbelievable stadium, hostile environment.
Judging by the corn dog and whiskey fundraiser that's currently gone on the last 24 hours or so, I don't think this crowd is going to be that hostile tomorrow, starting at 11:45. It's
not by Baton Rouge standards.
Not by Baton Rouge standards. No, 102,000 plus strong, and
no, they'll be about 72,000 strong.
Yeah,
there.
not gonna have that.
I mean, think about that. A bad crowd for them is a full house for us.
It's a full house for us. And that's where I was going to go with that. Because I hadn't thought about that until you brought it up. And apparently we got a text earlier that Danny White's trying to increase Neyland. I don't know how factual that is, but
a ninth
they
deck?
have 15,000, 20,000, I think, season ticket people that are on hold. So that wouldn't be that shocking to me. I think that's like, it's somehow, some way that the growth of Northwest Arkansas needs to be expedited, so there are more people that would go to games, and so you can compete just from a ticket sales level. I don't know what the construction looks like.
You need to be in a position that a generation from now, 20 years from now, you're in a conversation to expand that thing out to 90,000 seats. You're just behind significantly when it comes to season ticket sales. Now, you got to have demand for that. We can't sell 76,000 now. Winning's the only cure for that.
Mm-hmm. You can have a big stadium. That doesn't mean you're going to fill it, and that's obviously going to take place tomorrow in Baton Rouge. Any thoughts on how this game's going to go tomorrow? I think you said earlier LSU's going to pull it out. Is it a high-scoring affair? You got a final prediction as we close out today's show?
I think the over-under is 56.5 last I looked on the Bet Saracen app, and I would go over. I think it's 38-31, 38-35, so 42-35.
Yeah.
And what Arkansas's history has been is even against better teams, they find a way to lose those games.
They do.
LSU is looking at this as a way that, hey, they can still get to 7 wins pretty easily and maybe 8 and make this season at least halfway respectable. So, I mean, they're at 5. Arkansas would be 6. Western Kentucky 7. I don't know if they can beat OU, but, with a bowl, if they ran the table with a bowl, they could have a 9-win year in a year they fired a coach. Think about that.
In a year they fired the coach.
They're 5-4 right now. You win these last 3. Arkansas, Western Kentucky, probably not big lifts there for them. OU, different deal. But you find a way to do that, and you go to a bowl game for a chance to play for a 9th win.
Yep.
We would kill for 9 wins.
We would. Hey, haven't had the boot in Fayetteville since 21 when you last went to Baton Rouge and got it. Hopefully they'll have a chance to bring it back home tomorrow. Basketball on tonight. Pregame coverage with Chuck and Z beginning at, actually, I don't think Chuck's on the broadcast tonight, but 6:30 here on ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, and our Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Like Tommy said earlier, halftime coming up, Phil Ellison, Matt Jones, Big C, more football talk, more college football stuff heading into the weekend. That's going to do it for us. Appreciate everyone listening today. Bud Light Morning Rush podcast going to be up momentarily. We're live at Tiger Stadium tomorrow. Derek Ruskin and myself, 6 a.m. for Arkansas game day. Halftime's next.
Whether you're fishing for cold water bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the Mighty White River, the Smithwick